Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards Corps, IRGC, announced it launched the 7th and 8th waves of Operation True Promise 4, saying large-scale missile and drone strikes targeted Israeli-occupied territories and US and allied interests across the region in retaliation for what Tehran called an act of aggression. The IRGC vowed to avenge the dead, including senior commanders it said were killed in earlier strikes, and said counterstrikes would continue until a decisive response had been delivered. The IRGC claims that more than 500 people were killed and wounded. The IRGC said the USS Abraham Lincoln carrier was targeted with ballistic missiles. The IRGC claimed hits on 3 US and British tankers in the Persian Gulf and Strait of Hormuz, and said US naval facilities and bases in Kuwait and Bahrain were forced out of operation or heavily damaged. The announcements followed earlier strikes that Iran says killed the leader of the Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, and members of his household, claims that have dramatically escalated regional tensions. Iran's state agencies reported heavy civilian casualties from the initial aggression, including children, and described strikes on media infrastructure in Tehran. Broadcasters said transmission largely continued while technical teams assessed damage. Israeli military radio reported roughly 38 missiles fired from Iran toward occupied territories, describing the salvo as the largest wave of attacks by Iran. Tehran said its strikes struck strategic sites deep inside the occupied territories and hit a range of maritime and military targets.